Hi there, I'm Chris Hampton. We're going to have some fun today in this really fast video. We're going to take a big, hard look at the information sector and blow your mind with a new platform, a new set of initiatives and ideas, partnerships that span the private sector and the open source sector, building newfound bridges to tackle and conquer the world's biggest issues. Wouldn't you say information itself lies at the core? So, with respect to information, the real information, the facts, is all the information. News isn't all the information, and either is science, or history for that matter. From academia to debate, raw data, and art, information has many categories. Imagine there was a place that you could find all categories of information connecting into a complete picture of all the facts. A new kind of platform building free access to humanity's full library of information. Adding uncensored interaction and commentary will also allow huge, vital improvements in humanity's conversations as well as our understanding. You can more easily explore connections between subjects and zoom in and out to learn the inside-out micro-macro details. This means that the local crime news story leads naturally to the core issues of crime itself, justice and rehabilitation. Economics and other issues are connected factors too. Now, we can see the connections and better see the connections between these ideas. You could also zoom in and explore the tiniest details within them, or as we say, zoom out, and for example, notice that despite the amount of violent crime in the world's daily news programs, violent crime statistics around the Western world have been dropping steadily for many decades. People are becoming less violent. Think about it. The news is events-focused, and all information itself, the way that it's currently organized, is far too compartmentalized. Using these new kinds of platforms and tools, core issues will become clearer and connected when combining, for example, Wikipedia's encyclopedic type of information, as well as Google's search-like function, with the JSTORs of the world, who store academic studies, for sale, mind you, with the world's textbooks on history, mathematics, etc., raw data sets, and then, of course, the key aspects of public discourse and debate. Put simply, this means providing access to all the information that you and the rest of the world need to make the best individual and collective decisions possible, and to better learn our current and past reality. With humanity's entire library of academia, art, education, history, literature, public discourse, and raw data, and then integrating interaction and commentary, finally, we will have a whole and complete, free and transparent marketplace of ideas. We now have tools to enhance, correct, and connect the entire world of information to better discover together the facts. This will be the Internet's new home for all the world's professionals in information, as well as the curious public, of course. This will be home for anyone who wants all the information. If you want the truth, the facts, the truth and facts demand all the information. Wovo.news That's WOVO.news. Check out the landing page. And mind you, the timelines might shift a little bit as we've shifted our approach to this project. Rather than trying to own it in a private sense individually, which we never were really trying to do at all, we recognize that we would like to be ourselves a small node in a consortium, a collaborative effort, as they say, spanning many private institutions as well as open source initiatives and so on, building newfound partnerships and processes that better enable these tools to, be realized. Here in this video and in other connected videos, you're going to discover a lot of key ideas that work together. Right now, what we're discussing is the beginnings of a global information platform, integrating all the world's information and uncensored engagement and commentary, using transparency, technology, and the applied principles of virtue and freedom. If you want the facts, the truth, and the whole story, then perhaps you should learn more about these initiatives and spread the word. Who is going to appreciate these tools the most? Well, there's a long list. Every type of human being on the planet, of course, searching for just about any type of information out there, from how to cook your favorite meal or build that new DIY project. Essentially, what we're talking about is not only a replacement for Wikipedia and Google, but a new networked effort that's going to sort the entire interweb of information, internet of information, I should say, as well as lots of other data sets and sources that are being added continually. Okay, big ideas, but the capacity is right in our hands, folks. If you look across the web these days, there's a big call for an Internet Bill of Rights. What are the right set of rules now amongst this third revolution in information? How should we use the internet? Who's in charge? Blah, blah, blah. And I think, when it comes to whether it be Google or Facebook or, Twitter or any of the bigger platforms in the world today, YouTube, there's certainly a pushback from people on the left, people on the right, anyone in between, and people who don't care about politics, just want to use these platforms and discover the real potential of information and themselves, and are finding sometimes these things difficult because, of course, there are these individual private organizations that are making a slight mockery of our individual liberties, freedoms, and our right to this information. So, not to mention the JSTORs of the world who charge us for the public legacy, history, and property that is our academia. Now, who does own that? It's a good question. And Aaron Schwartz's legacy in large part, which hats off to Aaron. So, once again, we are not trying to own this solution. We are trying to, in this video, very, very quickly express the true potential as a wake-up call and a call to arms, a call to action for all change makers, which is a fun term of ours, but anybody working to unleash human potential in the information sector. This is going to be of interest to you, and lots more. What types of people are going to be the most interested in this type of project? Well, all online news consumers and information consumers, of course, the open source communities, the blockchain and cryptocurrency communities, but of course the educational communities. Private schools, charter schools, open source schools, online schools, homeschooling, public schools. Any educational reform movement around the planet that has true education as its goal. Users of all social media and other forms of, collaboration and conversation platforms, right down to things like weapons manufacturers and securities companies. But, let's take a half step back. Who is going to love this set of ideas and be able to collaborate and contribute to these projects immediately? Anyone who considers themselves leaders, learners, students, educators, academics and intellectuals, researchers, journalists, citizen journalists, social commentators, activists, advocates, community organizers, politicians, and political professionals, global and premier professionals, and thinkers. This message is for you. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with us today. If you liked what you heard, if you like the sounds of it, once again, recognize that Incite and this channel, Unleashing Human Potential, one of our primary projects, is not trying to own, as I say, this in a private sense. But here's a little bit, you might have seen a little bit. Let's see if I can switch over to a video here, make sure that I've got this showing up properly for you guys. There we go. Okay, there's the Incite. I'm sure you've seen a couple of fun logos, website link that you can go to. And here, check this out, folks. Does that sound good to you? Not so shabby. Not the end of the world. There's my email at the bottom. Get in touch. And don't forget to support this channel and this work through our Patreon. Subscribe, hit the like button. All those things help us a ton. Thanks for your time today, folks. I look forward to chatting with you next time, where we're going to discuss the advertising platform. And again, a collaborative project round the world, spanning for profit, not open source and private institution. Boy, oh boy, exciting stuff. It's time to get serious, folks. See you there.